we found a shocking number of reports out of the Texas Education Agency with regard to school employee misconduct. And so it's not just certified teachers, it's bus drivers, it's teachers' aides, and sometimes it's the mechanic who works in the bus yard. But I mean, it was alarming. We had submitted public information requests to get this data, and we found that there were over 11,000 records of misconduct reported by school districts. Almost 7,000 of them were regarding physical and sexual assault of students by taxpayer-funded employees. And that set off alarm bells for us, and we just knew we had to dig into those numbers and get them reported and get this out in the eye of the public so we could start solving some of the problems.
And now I know this report was done from parent advocates of Texas Education 911. What are some of the other issues? I know you have, sexual abuse, actual physical abuse. What other types of things do they find?
Well, there are a number of categories of abuse that can be reported to the Texas Education Agency. They can include anything from drug offenses, alcohol, theft, miscellaneous misconduct, other crimes committed outside of school sometimes show up too. And so, sometimes you see some of those things as well. We also see contract violations, honestly, show up in the same reporting system. And so we put our focus specifically on the sex and violence because, well, we were concerned about sex crimes against students because, again, this is happening on our tax dollars. These are employees that we pay to care for our kids. Parents send their kids to school thinking that it's a safe environment and that the adults are looking out for their best interest. This alarming number of reports is raising a lot of eyebrows, and frankly, we just thought that was the most important thing to look at. But when we got all the data and we saw that the violence claims were, I mean, 3 or 4 times the amount of sexual misconduct, we said, Texas has to know about this."
Another thing that was shocking is that in the last legislative session, Texas spent $1.4 billion on school safety. So we're literally protecting the kids from the outside, but we're not protecting them on the inside.
Well, out of the 11,000, more than 11,000 reports that we received in that time frame, I could tell you that 1,028 of those, so just under 10% of those, were sexual misconduct perpetrated in school. And let's see, and violence, the violence claim, so this would be a school employee who committed an act of violence against a student, 4,144 claims during that time period. When we look at the way the cases are coded, 74% of those were coded as they did not open an investigation. This is just shocking. If you look at the number of educators who actually had an inappropriate relationship with a student, right? So these are teachers sexually perping on students, 1,412 cases of those reported. Every one of these numbers represents a child who is, again, these are trusted adults in school, and they're taking advantage of their situation, being able to get close to kids, and they're perpetrating these crimes against our kids. It's just simply unacceptable.